I've helped a lot of San Franciscans buy and sell over the years. The biggest wins come from understanding what really drives price and speed. Not the headlines, not gossip, not your dad's advice. Real data, real strategy. My goal today is to give you the exact signals to watch, so you can move with confidence whether you're listing next month or casually browsing for something that finally checks all the boxes for you. By the way, I'm Gjevre. I'm a top realtor here in San Francisco, and if you're thinking about selling or buying in San Francisco and you want a clear, confident plan for this split market, I can help. I help sellers price, prep, and position for top results, and I can help buyers win without overpaying. My info's below. Let's talk about your timing, your address, and your goals. Okay, here's what we're going to go over. First, we'll talk about prices, condos versus single family, and then inventory and new listings and why supply is the real story here. Third, we're going to talk about speed, how fast things are moving and why it's different depending on the property type. Fourth, market balance, how to read months of supply and what it means for leverage. And finally, buyer and seller playbooks tailored for San Francisco right now. Okay, here's the headline. Condo saw the median prices fall 11.29% year over year. Single families ticked up 2.34%. That's a big split. It explains why houses, if they're well prepped, get decisive offers fast, and why condos need sharper pricing, better presentation, and more patience sometimes. Quick reality check. Median price is a very general stat. It can swing because the mix of what's selling, not just because a specific property value is moving up and down. So more small condos one month, more luxury view condos the next, and the median price jumps around. Short-term spikes happen, but long-term trends will tell you the real story. So for the last 3 months, condos actually increased. Okay, San Francisco has problems, but too many listings is not one of them. It's too few. In July, single-family inventory was down almost 16% year over year. Condo inventory was down 19.91%. Let's call it 20%. And new listings, single-family new listings were down over 18%. Condos, they were down almost 6%. With fewer fresh options hitting the market, the best positioned homes sell fast. Anything mispriced, poorly presented, it just sits there. It's a little nuance for condos. New luxury sales in places like South Beach, Soma, Treasure Island don't even show up in the MLS. That means the numbers you see might not reflect all the action. And another thing that's interesting, price reductions in San Francisco dropped in July compared to June and year over year, but other Bay Area counties saw them rise. The city dynamics are playing out differently. Single-family homes are moving in about 14 days on average. Condos, 44 days. That's 12.8% slower than last year. If you're selling, speed reduces your risk. If you're buying, time can equal leverage, but only if you know how to use it. Months of supply, or MSI, is your leverage gauge. I have a lot of people confused by this, so I'm going to try to explain it. Months of supply inventory means, based on our rate of sales, if we stopped putting any new homes on the market, how long would we still have inventory? So if you have 30 homes on the market and you sold 10 homes the prior month, that means you have 3 months of supply in that neighborhood. So 3 months is a balanced market. Anything above 3 months, buyers have the leverage. Anything below 3 months is the seller's market. In San Francisco, our condos are sitting at 3.1 months, which leans towards the buyers by a little bit. San Francisco single-family homes, just 1.2 months. So that is firmly in the seller market territory. Okay, so how to read all these charts. Median price is blunt. It's useful, but it hides a huge range of things happening beneath it. Rolling medians can smooth out the noise. That's why we usually try to look at quarterly numbers. They help you see the trend, not just the mood swing from one month. And seasonality is real. So spring tends to peak, especially with single family homes, and odd months do happen here and there. So focus on a long-term trajectory when you're reading any of these numbers. If you're selling a house, you gotta win in week 1. With 14-day averages and 1.2 months of supply, you need maximum exposure immediately. You gotta have professional photos, you have to have crisp copy. You gotta have a launch sequence that stacks attention in the first 72 hours. Price at the market or below it. Do not price above the market. Do not let your vanity and pride get you here. Tight inventory doesn't mean buyers will overpay with this mismatch. Make it effortless to say yes. Pre-inspections, clean disclosures, and turnkey polish. Now, if you're selling a condo, you might need to plan a little bit differently. You might need to plan longer. We've got an average of 44 days on the market and 3.1 months of supply. So you might need to plan on a refresh, but don't hold anything back in the beginning. Price it for today's market. Do not overpricing is a kiss of death, especially with condos. Differentiate your unit. Have great staging, good lighting, put in some updates, and have nice, clean HOA disclosures. Here's where you've got to really have a great agent that is looking at your neighborhood specifically. It varies so much. We've got a condo that's sitting on the market in South Beach, and we have another one that we sold in less than 2 weeks here in the Mission Dolores. Okay, if you're buying a house, you gotta be offer ready. With 14-day averages, your real window is those first 48 to 72 hours after the launch. Target precisely and act decisively. Strong, clean terms often beat just throwing in more money. If you're buying a condo, use that extra time strategically. At 44 days and 3.1 months of supply, you might have more negotiating room after day 21. Ask the building level questions, reserves, upcoming work, rental caps, any litigation. That's a big one. Okay, San Francisco story. It's kind of simple now, right? Houses, fast and competitive. Condos, slower and more price sensitive. But depends on the number of bedrooms and what neighborhood. Across the board, inventory is tight, which means strategy, not luck, will make all of the difference. If you want a block by block or building by building read for your situation, I am here to help. Hey, I really appreciate you being here. Be sure to subscribe and like this video. If you need a San Francisco agent, reach out to me. If you need a referral anywhere else, Bay Area or beyond, all the links are in my description. My name is Gjevre, and I'll see you next time.